Yo, so what's going on, Battlefuckers? My name is Pony, and we are back with another Battlefield 3 gameplay, playing a little bit of Strike Rush. I want you guys to enjoy this because it is what I like to call an underrated class. It's not too often you'll see a guy that uses an LMG suppressed, and I want to tell you why I'm using it and why I've been using it. As promised, I wanted to teach you guys a little bit more about my playstyle, my aggressiveness, and help you guys in a way beyond just telling you what's the strongest weapon, what you should use on a weapon. You see a lot of that on Battlefield. What they don't tell you is what to use on the weapon, how to use it in what situations, and I think that's a vital component of, helping someone become better at the game. So it's not going to just be all statistics. It's going to be about how to use it, when to use it, and I can't wait to do so. Now, this class loadout right here is the M249. I've got the suppressor on it and the red dot sight. Now, to let you guys know a little bit more about this loadout, I like to call it the Nerf Loadout. So from here on out, if you're watching a Pwn Star video, getting your pornography on, understand that if I call something the Nerf Loadout is when I'm using the M249 specifically with the suppressor. Now, the reason I name it that way is because the toy line. If you've ever owned a Nerf weapon, you know how much ammo that motherfucker has and how soft it sounds. And most people I would disagree with, because I feel that one of the greatest assets to an LMG is its intimidation factor. Because it is so loud, because it has so much ammo, it scares a lot of people, and it is a suppression monster. Suppression is a major aspect of this game, and when you have unlimited ammo to spin at somebody, then it becomes a tool of where they can't shoot you, and if you have cover, you take them out. See, these guys had no clue what to hit them. I just straight up flanked these guys. I did. Oh god, I hope they have the morning after pill, because that was pretty bad. And that's what I love this weapon for. It's got a decent amount of ammo. When you do sacrifice extended mags, you have 100 bullets with this boy, which is still good enough. On a small compressed map like Metro, you could go through the tunnels, get 8-10 kills with one mag. I mean, it's just quite simple, quite easy to use. And it is quite accurate, really effective within 10 to 20 meters. Anything beyond that, I would recommend you guys burst firing. Close range, if you need to, hip fire, because like I said, it does have its suppression, and most people fear that or run out of ammo. So hip firing is actually a good, part of having this weapon. Now, what I love about it so much is the fact that it can be a stealth beast. You should use this map solely for purposes, and you should never use this loadout on Conquest. Conquest is not so much about flanking, it's more about map control, where Rush is more built around the use of flanking. If you have a good flanker or two on your team, you have a great advantage over the enemy. If you have someone that can get behind them, blow out their tickets, and do something great, that's fine. I also would never recommend you guys, in all honesty, in most maps, I would never recommend you guys to use this on defense, because as it stands, not too many of the maps are built for defense, and a defense flanking route is not as useful. I mean, on any map that you can flank on assault, you can pretty much flank on defense, but it generally isn't as useful. But with so many, pieces of armor on this map, and because I do have C4, is why I'm spending a lot of time flanking, is because I'm trying to use my class fully, and that's where that C4 comes into effect. So you have a weapon that can get behind, stealthily flank the enemy team. Now, the reason I like this weapon, I use this over the rest of them, is because its rate of fire. The M249 has the highest rate of fire out of all the weapons in the support category at 800 rounds per minute. The next closest, there are a couple of them, I think around 750, 700, and I think it's one major drawback is its reload. I mean, a lot of the LMGs have a reload speed of around 6 seconds, give or take a second, and this does become a problem. Obviously, it's where you wish you would have had extended mags on and never ever have to reload. But again, I mean, I can easily, in medium range, get 5 to 8 people with one entire 100-round mag. And I would recommend you guys to try this loadout out. Like I said, it's great. Maps that you would not want to use this on Rush, even attacking, would be Damavand. It's one of those straight shot things. It's really hard to get behind the enemy team. Therefore, I would never recommend it on a map like that. Something like Metro, where there's a lot of corridors. You can flank down left or right tunnel, or take the ocean side or the river side and just waterfront it up and do all that stuff. Makes it a great asset. Now, a lot of people get worried about this, and I would recommend to never use most LMGs with suppressor, because like I said, intimidation factor really does play a part. You may not think that, but think back. How many times does somebody just come up right behind you and just start spraying with an LMG, and you actually get scared? You do a giant 180 jump, leaping, turnaround, hip fire of doom to try to kill the guy that's shooting at you. There's a different kind of intimidation. Look at this flank, bro. Nothing. You couldn't do anything about it, and that's what I love about it. You got so much ammo packed into one weapon. You can get around, get 6, 7 guys right there. Just took 6 guys down. Squad and a half, baby, doing it big. And that's why I love this class. Now, again, it may not be the best thing at long range, but remember, use suppression. You have a lot of ammo. There was a moment in this gameplay that I don't think I put in here, but where there was a guy two guys about 40 meters behind me. I was running down the street. There was two guys behind me, started shooting at me. I turned around, put 5 shots at one guy, 5 shots at the other, turned right back around and kept running. Not a single bullet hit me after that. It was because they're suppressed. When you factor in and use suppression to your advantage, and you can use that in your mind and understand how useful suppression is, suppression basically turns this game into a matter of luck. When you have somebody suppressed, it's very, very hard for them to get a kill, especially when range comes into effect. So again, like I said, you have something like this with so much ammo that you can suppress an entire attacking team or defensive team. It comes in advantage because it is stealthy. You can get up behind somebody. It's a great tool, and because it's rate of fire, it makes it just as dangerous up close. It's only got 25 damage, but the drop-off is pretty impressive to me. It takes about roughly 45 meters for it to even get to its 18.4 drop-off, meaning that basically anywhere in between right in front of you and 40 meters out, it's going to take generally no more than 5 bullets to kill a guy, which leaves a lot of ammo in the mag. So I want to thank you guys for watching this. Like I said, I want to encourage you guys to try this loadout on something like Metro. Any of the B2K maps are great for this. They have so many ways and areas to get around, and it's even more useful on maps like that because there's a lot of armor, and C4 comes into play. So if you are playing a map that does not have that, you can still utilize the support role with C4. If you are getting in, you kill 2 guys, get behind the objective, plant that objective, lay a C4 down on it, and try to sound horn when somebody tries to defuse. Again, it's a great tactic. It's something I encourage you guys to do. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this underrated show. I got a few more coming up here soon. But like I said, fastest shooting LMG in the category. I can't wait for you guys to see this. Actually, it may be considered a heavy, but everybody just says LMG. I don't know why. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for the support. Remember to leave a like and favorite. It really helps out a lot. And make sure you check me out down below in Twitter and all that good stuff. Like I said, if there are any other underrated setups that you guys like, leave them down in the comments as well. I'd like to see what you guys like to use. And I'm not talking about the standard overpowered stuff. I'm talking about underrated.